In this skill, we're going to be doing conversions involving coulombs of charge. There are two different conversion factors we will be using. One of those is the elementary charge. This is the charge on one electron. The charge on one electron is 1.60 times 10 to the power of negative 19 coulombs. The other conversion factor is the Faraday constant. This is the charge of 1 mole of electrons. 1 mole of electrons has a charge of 96,485 coulombs. So if the question is asking you to convert between the number of electrons and the charge, you're going to use that first conversion factor. If the question is asking you to convert between the moles of electrons and the charge, you're going to use that second conversion factor. In this question, we're told a scientist passes 5.61 times 10 to the power of 21 electrons through an electrochemical cell, and we're asked how much charge passes through the electrochemical cell. Our first step is writing the question in the first box of our dimensional analysis table. That's been done for us. Then we're going to use our conversion factor in the next column. We start with electrons and we're going to charge. So that's going to be this first conversion factor shown here, which is the elementary charge. Since we're starting with electrons and we want to get rid of that, that's going to go on the bottom in our dimensional analysis table. We want to end up with coulombs of charge, so that's going to go on the top. And then we're putting in our numbers so that the top and bottom of our fraction equal each other. So we've got 1 electron is equal to 1.60 times 10 to the power of, remember that's written as E on this website, negative 19 coulombs. Okay, so we've set up our dimensional analysis table. Now we need to multiply everything on the top, divide top by bottom. The electrons are going to cancel, and we're left with 5.61 times 10 to the power of 21 times 1.60 times 10 to the power of negative 19 divided by 1 coulombs. And if we put that into our calculator, we get 898 coulombs. So we can go ahead and fill in our answer here. Awesome. Let's do one more question of this type. In this question, we're told a scientist passes a charge of 1,470 coulombs through an electrochemical cell. We're asked how many moles of electrons pass through the electrochemical cell. So we want to be using the second conversion factor here for moles of electrons and charge, which is Faraday's constant. Our first step is putting the question in the first box of our dimensional analysis table. That's been done for us. Then we're going to use our conversion factor in the second column. We want coulombs on the bottom, so that will cancel out, and moles of electrons on the top, so we'll end up with that. Then we're going to put our numbers in so that the top and the bottom of the fraction equal each other. So 1 mole of electrons is equal to 96,485 coulombs of charge. Now we're going to multiply everything on the top and divide top by bottom. So that gets us 1,470. Our coulombs cancel. Multiply by 1 moles of electrons divided by 96,485. So if we put that into our calculator, we get 0.0152 moles of electrons. So let's go ahead and fill that in here. Awesome. So as you can see, these conversions work exactly like any other conversion you might do. If we're converting between electrons and charge, we're using this conversion factor at the top, which is the elementary charge. If we're converting between moles of electrons and coulombs of charge, we're using this second conversion factor, which is Faraday's constant. Start by putting the question in the top left box of our dimensional analysis table. Then use your conversion factor in the second column. Remember, the unit on the bottom is the one that we're cancelling out. The unit on the top is the one we're trying to get to. Fill in the numbers so that the top and bottom of a fraction equal each other. Then multiply everything on the top, divide top by bottom, cancel units, and then calculate your answer.